The boy is very fond of this place. Whenever he has spare time, he comes here. He loves looking at so many types of plants. Some are tall and big, like the mango tree. Some are shorter and bushy. Some cannot stand on their own. They twine up some other tree. Some cannot even climb up. They just creep along the ground. The grass beneath our feet is content at staying tiny. If you care to look closely, you will find tiny flowers in the grass. Every time he comes here, he discovers something new. And he wonders how they are all so different from each other, and yet they are so similar. When they are young, they all look the same. You cannot distinguish the sapling of a mango from the sapling of a guava. You cannot tell which sapling will grow really big and which one will remain tiny. Gradually, the cells divide and differentiate into tissues. Each tissue takes on a specific set of functions. Some tissues become leaves, some become roots, and some become stems.
চলো এবার চারা গাছটাকে আমরা পরীক্ষাগারে নিয়ে যাই এবং অণুবীক্ষণ যন্ত্রের নিচে একে পরীক্ষা করে দেখি। জানো তো মাইক্রোস্কোপের সাহায্যে প্রথম কে কোষ পর্যবেক্ষণ করেছিলেন? বিজ্ঞানী রবার্ট হুক। ঠিক আছে, তুমি এবার দেখো সেলগুলো দেখো।
Hundreds and hundreds of cells, all part of a tissue. All the cells are practically identical. They are all tightly packed.
তুমি যে সেলগুলোকে দেখছো এগুলোকে বলা হচ্ছে টিস্যু, এগুলো হচ্ছে মেরিস্টেমেটিক টিস্যু।
What we see under the microscope is a tissue consisting of hundreds of cells. The cells are small, they have thin walls, there is no vacuole inside the cells, and there are no specialized features in these cells. The name of this tissue is meristematic tissue. In a young sapling, in a day, the cells may divide and double in number. The mango tree in the garden must be made of thousands and thousands of cells. But can we call the mango tree a mango tissue? No. Cells growing or originating in one location, serving a specific function and having similar structure form a tissue. The mango tree has many different types of tissues. The trunk itself has several types of tissues, but we cannot take a cross-section of this trunk for examination under the microscope.
আচ্ছা এই দেখো, এই হচ্ছে ধনে পাতা। এর ডালগুলো দেখো নরম এবং এর পাতাগুলো খেয়ে দেখতে পারো, বেশ মুচমুচে খেতে লাগে।
If we look carefully, we will notice that all the cells are not identical. The cells near the edge have thickened walls. These are older cells compared to the ones near the center. These are called collenchyma cells. The cells near the center are called parenchyma cells. The collenchyma cells with thick walls provide crunchiness to the celery. They also provide toughness to the older stems. Being older, the collenchyma cells are fairly big, with large intracellular space. All the organelles like the nucleus are to be found in this space. Collenchyma cells are living cells. Now let us examine the cross-section of a coriander stem under the microscope. We will hardly spot any collenchyma cell. All the cells are parenchyma cells. These cells have thin walls and large water-filled vacuoles in the middle. We can find parenchyma cells in all the parts of a plant. Let us take a look at the cross-section of a tender root. Can we spot the parenchyma cells here? Their main function is to repair torn parts and also store nutrients and water. You must have seen plants that grow in water and keep afloat. These are called aquatic plants. In these plants, large air cavities are present in parenchyma to give buoyancy to the plants to help them float. Such a parenchyma type is called aerenchyma. Not all tissues in a plant are living tissues. This bark of the mango tree is no longer living. The cells have thickened cell walls that make up 90% of the cell volume. Even though dead, these tissues provide an important function. They give support and protection to the plant. These cells are called sclerenchyma cells. See how thick the cell walls are, and you will not spot any nucleus inside the cells. The cells are dead cells. The shell of a coconut, the shells of walnuts and all other nuts, the stones of guavas and pears are all sclerenchyma cells. They were all living cells once upon a time. Gradually, the cell walls grew thick. The cells could not divide anymore. The nucleus lost its use and the cells died. Do all cells transform from parenchyma to collenchyma to sclerenchyma? Many do, but many remain as parenchyma cells throughout the life of the plant. In every adult plant, we will find these three types of tissues: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. These three types of tissues are called permanent tissues. They are the simple tissues or ground tissues found in every plant. In addition to these three tissues, the plant also has vascular tissues.